Well, welcome everybody to our call tonight. I am Michelle McKay from Oxford, Mississippi, and so very thankful that you guys could join us tonight. And we just wanted to come to you tonight and just give some great information, but just wanted to share a little bit about my story first. I've been in this amazing industry for over 15 years, and of course, we've seen all the grandiose, we've seen the beauty, we've seen the good, bad, the ugly, right? We've seen it all. And what an amazing industry it is, no matter what. But you guys, about a year and a half ago, I found myself in a personal health crisis and I had to find some help quick. And boy, did my friend Cynthia Bolden help me. I had brain fog like nobody's business and muscle mass that was declining as a competitive tennis player. And I found some products that totally changed my life. And y'all, I will tell you, I joined as a wholesale brand partner, but I was so loyal to the company I was with. I said, you know what? I'm going to watch for a little bit and I'm going to see what happens. And y'all, within a year, totally transformed my body, my health. And I said, you know what? My income has been declining. I've got to take a look at this. And then personal tragedy hit, and I had to replace a multiple six-figure income. I looked at this system, what I saw, and Coach Brent Palmer and Andrea sat down with me and showed me a very simple system of growth that not only leaders in amazing companies could be a success at, but anybody could win here. And y'all, I just plugged in 6 months ago, almost, well, 7 months ago now. I have replaced a multiple six-figure income, did that in 4 months, just unlocked a $10,000 savings bonus that has been an amazing blessing in my life and will be an amazing blessing in my life as it will add another $2,000 to my paycheck. I say that because if you are looking for a home in which to be, we want to show you how Partner Co is an amazing option for you, where you can replace incomes, but that where anybody on your teams can also win. So we want to share with you tonight why we feel we are a valuable and viable option. And we know it's going to be a great option for so many. So I want to recognize and introduce you to my amazing mentor, Coach Brent Palmer, who is a founding partner with our company, has many years of experience in our amazing industry and has earned over seven figures and earning it now. And he is going to share with us tonight why Partner Co could be an amazing home for you. Welcome, Coach Brent Palmer. Take it away.
Michelle, thank you so much. And I want to apologize for everybody because when Michelle put this call together, I'm actually flying out to Michigan. And so I'm at the airport. If you see anybody walking around behind me, I apologize for any background noise. But it's a privilege, Michelle. And, over the last 6 months since you guys have been, here with us, it's been an absolute amazing journey. And I know you got some questions for me. I thank you for putting the call together. And I know you said, hey, we're going to do this, over the next several nights. And so I'm excited to attend it with you. But, where do you want to start? Like, what you give me the questions and I'll go with it. But it's great to see everybody on, and it's an honor for me to be here.
Well, thank you so much for being on. And I just compiled some questions that I know everybody's going to want to ask. And of course, we will open up at the end for a couple of questions. But what I want to start with is, Brent, you've been through some volatility in this industry, right? Please share your story, the disruption that you experienced in the industry and companies before, and just tell us about Partner Co, the founders, our values, and just all those things that we know that you hold so dear.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we all have different journeys and different pathways. So I'll tell everybody, just so you know, my background is actually coaching. I was a head football coach in the state of Alabama. I was also a principal and an athletic director, and I actually got it started in this industry when I was 35 years old. I'm 48 now. And I had the opportunity to open a new company and in the health and wellness industry, and had a tremendous mentor and a great opportunity. And we ended up growing that company all over the US, and we opened up Japan, and we opened up South America and Mexico. I ended up leaving education, which was a shock to all of us. Everybody thought, how many of you, they thought you were crazy when you might have made a choice to do something like that. Um, but it was, I fell in love with just the ability. I knew health and wellness was positioned to make a strong growth movement across the world. I mean, I really felt that. Now, I didn't know what was ahead of me with 2020, with COVID and things like that, but it taught me a lot. So when I left education, I just decided I want to grow an international business in this industry. I fell in love with being able to help people with their wellness, their health, and their wellness, as well as their finances. I found this industry where I was really struggling. I'd like to say it was health and wellness that brought me here, but it was really financial. Two kids of my own. We had taken two kids in, twin boys, to live with us on educators' salaries, and it was tough, and I struggled. And so that's why I jumped on board with what was first a side hustle that turned into more. And I share that really quick with you because I ended up in that becoming the top income earner of our company and the master distributor. And things were going great until they weren't. And here's what happened to us. We were growing the company. COVID happened, 2020 happened. And I watched the world. If you were in our space of health and wellness, like everybody started reading labels, it took an even bigger vertical growth. And that was an awesome thing. We were selling more products than we were ever selling before. But supply chain issues and outsourcing of raw materials, I watched it become an absolute struggle for our ownership. And I was working kind of on both sides, really trying to keep it afloat and major pressure. So anybody that's ever built an organization in our industry, I just applaud and I know how you feel about your people. And a lot of times the weight of the world's on your shoulders when things are not going good. And I felt that. I felt that to the core. And we started reaching out, me and the owner, we started reaching out to some brother sister companies and going, how are y'all doing? And what we realized, because I'm heavily involved with DSA and a lot of, direct, into the Direct Sales Association in a lot of ways. And what we realized is these singly held companies were also struggling because of supply chain issues and outsourcing of raw materials, even to some extent, some ownerships having to shed off equity to keep their company afloat. And we were like, what if we put a company together that is multiple brands, multiple product lines, so that we can leverage each other's supply chains, so that we could leverage each other's outsourcing of raw materials around the world. We could bring the synergy together and give people buying options in this health and wellness industry. What if we could create so many companies in the health and wellness that had products that were backed by science, but that derive from nature? So fruits, vegetables, and plants. What if we could create a company that you could bring your kids in their teens and be their wellness partner through life? And that was really what started this movement with Partner Co. And in February of 2023, we launched the company after over a year of bringing it together through a lot of change, a lot of struggles, a lot of challenges. But we really felt like where the world was positioned, where the economy was positioned, people today in direct sales want options. I think it's due to a lot of shopping on Amazon and shopping like we just lack options to be able to shop. And so we felt like if we brought a home, I'm so sorry, if we brought a home together that had a lot of brands that people could pick and choose as they age with our company. And so in February of 2023, we brought Partner Co together. And the biggest piece for me, because at the time I, was 47 years old, um, what was important to me at that point, because I've been able, as many of you have, been blessed to earn a very great income with this profession. I love this profession. And if you went to my Facebook and went down a few posts, you would see where I recently posted the prediction of network marketing in our future. It's predicted to really scale because of the economy. And many of you know that when the economy struggles, our industry really flourishes. But it's super important, as companies to be able to have the offerings that the world wants. I feel like we have that strong offering with PartnerCo, with our company, our products that are backed by science. The drops that so many people know about is probably one of the best gateway products I've ever experienced, with a system to back it that creates and checks off the check marks of the compensation plan. And I'm always happy to get on a private Zoom with anyone and explain that more in detail. But when we positioned that, but we also positioned it with owners that, if you were to research Darren Zobrist and John Wadsworth, what was important to me was that they already had a secure financial history. And so this could be a passion movement for them, not I've got to create income movement. One of our CEO of our company actually sold a very successful tuna company and transitioned it into a bigger tuna company called Bumblebee Tuna. And so because of that, he positions himself not to be looking today and going, you know what, I got to cash out one day, I got to get out. No, I can create a company and run it like I want to, for, to create this, what all owners want to create, which is a legacy. And I'm very cautious to say legacy because so many owners has said the word legacy. And I think every owner wants to create a legacy in our industry. But so did Sears and Roebuck. So did Kmart. So did other, the banking world. And so when we look at it as an entrepreneur, we got to look at it deeper than just what people say. It's like, what's their history? And so I always encourage people, take the time. Our owners will even get on a Zoom with you and spend time to share, what they're passionate about, as well as where their background is and what attracted them to creating PartnerCo. So for me at my age, that was important because I've got kids, I've got future grandkids coming. I want to build something that will last. And it's tough in our economy. And so you've got to be surrounded by people super smart, and their track record is of great financial integrity. Like, they've taken other companies and done very well with them. And so for me, to answer your question, Michelle, that's why I'm here with PartnerCo. We could have took our company anywhere. There was a lot of companies that would have loved to have had us. But the reason we planted our company here was because we saw the opportunity. And since February of 2023, I see so many people coming and taking interest to our company. We were able to buy the companies for a good price. It's created an opportunity that we can scale this company. We did just south of 400 million our first year. And we're excited about the growth potential. But for me, I got to say this. I think the culture is the main thing for me, because what I know now is the culture's got to be right. The leadership's got to be right. You can only grow this and scale this to the depth of your leadership. And not only are the owners hungry, now the leadership is hungry to blur the lines of sponsorship, to wrap our hands around people, whether it's a single mom of two that just said, I've never done network marketing, but because of the economy, I need a hand up, and we can be there for that person. Or it's also somebody that says, you know what, I know how to build teams. I've built the industry like you have, Michelle, that we can say, you know what, just take a peek at us, look at us with an open mind. And if you don't choose us, that's okay. But let us share with you. Let us have a chance to earn your trust, to let you see what we have. And we're an open book. And hopefully, since you've been here, Michelle, and your team, and so many of you, I said this so many times. I said, all I can offer you is I'll earn your trust. And I hope over time I have earned your trust by being in your neighborhood, by being in your community, and, you know, supporting. And so I'll turn it back to you. I know you've got other questions.
Well, thank you, Brent. That was awesome. And I appreciate I kind of combined two questions together. So thank you for covering all of that. So in your opinion, we all know what sets us apart because we love this amazing company and have begun to love it as we have been involved in the last 7 months. What makes Partner Co special? And talk a little bit about the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights was something I was involved with in putting together, because where we are today in our industry, we worked really hard to build our downlines. We worked very hard to build our teams, and the income that's created, as well as our team's income that's created, has to feel protection. And so, what the Bill of Rights is, and every distributor that it signs up in our company, they're actually signing the Bill of Rights saying, we're legally, like in a good way, binded by this. The company is binded legally to say, if we make a change to the compensation plan, it has to be brought to a vote. And the founders in the field, which I am, and others are, get to take a look at that. And sometimes we've actually voted a positive movement in the comp plan, right? So we've actually voted in favor. But the owners put it in place, and we wanted it in place because when we build this over the next, we're building it 10, 15, 20 years down the road, like there has to be a sense of security and protection. And so the Bill of Rights gives us that. Like, what about the products? Like, how many times has companies been forced to change the efficacy of the products? And it's like, we can't have that, because products, we stand on a ledge saying we back this with our name, with our reputation. We back the comp plan with our name, with our reputation. And we can't allow that to change. And so the owners came to the table and said, we will set these Bill of Rights in motion. And if you will get behind us on this as we launch the company, we will bind it by a contractual agreement with every brand partner that ever enrolls in this company, that we can't just step in as owners and decide to make a change. It has to be brought to a vote, and the field will have the vote. And so it just gives me a layer of protection, not only for me, but I've been around the industry. I've built at a high level, just like so many of you. And it's like, I want the protection when I lay down my head at night to know that not only am I protected, the team that I have around me is protected. That's super important to me at my age.
Yes. Yes. Amazing. And so we know that those are so many things that so many people that are looking at an opportunity, that they're making comparisons. And we know that's a huge place where we know that we can set ourselves apart for sure. So Brent, talk a little bit about not the compensation plan in detail, but about our compensation plan. How are we viewed in the industry, and what is the income potential? Can someone quickly earn a six-figure income to replace maybe what they've lost?
I smile a little bit, Michelle, when you ask that, because 6 months ago or less, I had to prove it. So there was a lot of me looking back. I see Haley Lee on here. I looked at Haley. And I was like, I've got to, I got to earn your trust. Like, I say it, I can show it. I know the comp plan like the back of my hand, because again, we were one of the founders that brought this together. And you got to understand, we bought over 14 companies to bring together. So we had to really create unity. We believe that for, the utmost, we've got to unify people and make them feel a part. But the comp plan was important, and we chose a comp plan. And really what we were looking for is to take out the tripwires, to take out anything. And Sheila, I see Sheila Bakowski, she's on here, and she says, as if it couldn't get any better, she finds another thing in the comp plan Well, that just makes me smile inside because, like, it's so freeing when you're not scared to show what you have. And so we are multifaceted in our compensation plan. I wish I could explain it all tonight, but what I'll tell you is with our system that we have that is so duplicatable that I looked at someone like Haley Lee and I said, Haley, um, if you optimize two lines of business, like, and that's about 13,334 in product volume in a week in each line. So about 26,000 plus. I said, that's a hefty income, like, six figure hefty, like, potentially I'm not making an income claim, but it's science that I can show it's 12 to $16,000 a month. And that's just two. What about when you add a third? Because we're not binary. So you third, a fourth line, a fifth line. And so what I know is when we brought this compensation plan together, we wanted to remove tripwires. So there's no sponsorship criteria. There's no car program because we wanted a savings program, something that we could give you a $10,000 bonus and then just make it an extra paycheck that caps at $2,000 a month every single month, right? And so we did a lot with the comp plan with that. And the biggest thing with the comp plan is we pay out 50% on the dollar back to the organization. And so we looked at each other and said, we're going to have to run very lean as a company. So we're not going to have frivolous things from the corporate side as far as just lavishing offices and all this stuff. But one thing we can take away is we pay our people more money. And I think that speaks volumes. If I were to look around the room and I see several of you on here, I see Olivia and so many of you that I'm proud because over the last 6 or even less months that you've been here, we've been able to back it up with results that our system works and you're cashing paychecks very fast and you're going to big income potentials here, not having to wait around a year, 2 years, 5 years to build something. And that makes me very proud. It makes the owners very proud to know that we vetted out this comp plan and it's producing results. And so that I think for anybody that's built like so many of you have, that's the best form of flattery is that people are winning and excited and people like Sheila saying, and it just keeps getting better because we recently dumped a whole lifestyle credit points that people were like getting $10,000 dumps and $5,000 and 15 into their accounts. And they're like, oh my goodness. And so I can explain all that anytime you want to privately, if any of you have an interest of that. So Michelle, I'll turn it back to you.
Well, and that's just another, it's just icing on the cake, when we see those reward points, right? And weekly checks. I know for all of us that came over from, from other companies, getting a weekly check and knowing that we're paid 8 ways and then plus the rewards bonus points, 9 ways, really. To me, I think that's another way of getting paid.
Michelle,
So it's a
so many, Michelle, I just got to say this. So many have found a 10th way to get paid in retail profits if they choose. It's like, they're like, wow, I'm making, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 a month in retail profits, not even taking in the compensation plan of the company. And so it's at the end of the day, with where our world is, with where our economy is, I believe if we can get people paid daily, if we can get people paid weekly, if we can create security in their family and their homes, and then they can sense the support and the love and the community, like that's what we're trying to pull together with products that are backed by science, with products that derive from nature that we know the world is very interested in today and they want their hands on. That is what's making us excel. And that's what I'm so excited about.
Yes, absolutely. Well, last question, Brent. A lot of people that are coming to us and wanting to learn more about our company. They're at this point in time, they're just they're sad, they're grieving, and they're saying, you know, I might not get back into direct sales. I may not want to build another team. I may not want to stay in this industry. What can you say to someone maybe that says that? And I know there's some grief there and some hurt.
Yeah.
What would you say to them about our industry and the future of it?
Well, Michelle, first, I'll kind of back up a little bit. I can relate because I've been there, questioning whether or not I should move forward in this industry. One of the things that I go back to is looking at the science of our industry, looking at what our industry can provide. And so I think back to even my coaching days when I coached football. It's like I had some 1-9 seasons, and I questioned, why in the world did I go into coaching? Why did I do this? And so I think that's with any profession. So if I could offer encouragement, I pray for anyone that's going through troubling times in this industry and in other industries, because I know how it hurts. I know I've been there. I've walked in those steps and questioned. And so you know, I'm always very cautious to make someone feel like I'm trying to recruit them, if that makes sense. Like, yes, we want to show people we have a home if they choose. But I think if they can't feel our authenticity, if they can't feel the love or possibly the connection, they're not interested right now. Like that, like they're hurting, they're grieving, they're not like. And I remember how I felt. And so, what I would say to anybody is, you know, if you're willing, go look at my Facebook. I just researched the network marketing industry. This industry has a chance to really grow because of where our world is and our economy. So our industry could do great things, but it can do great things with great people, right? And we're trying to attract the right tribe that really can build the culture as well as give people a sense of security and a sense of unity and support in a home that people can trust and call their home. Um, so what I would tell a person is just give it time. Like I'm thankful that I didn't write the industry off, because we went through a very, very challenging time. A challenging time where I was making 7 figures and all of it was put on the sideline, every bit of it. And so to look and go, now I'm having to go into my savings to keep my family afloat makes us mad, made me mad. The fact that I've got to look at other diversifications that I created to be my income right now, at that time. So I remember how that felt. I'm just glad that I walked a little slowly through that process, and I leaned on people that I knew had my back. And today I can proudly say that I'm still in this amazing profession that I love so much. We're not perfect, but it is a super special profession that the outside world will never understand, but we do. The people inside of it, the people that's built teams and built community and built what now is family, we understand that it's just a special thing that most people don't understand if they're not in it. So just walk softly. And if I can ever be of value to you, even if you don't choose us, that's okay with me. If we need to get on a Zoom, if we talk, I share with you what we have, but also share with you maybe what I went through. If there's a better home out there, like, I'm proud for you to find it. But I'm also very excited. And that might seem weird that I'm saying that as a founder of this company, but I sincerely mean it. And I also sincerely mean when I say, if we can extend our hand and help you here, we're there. We will not show up. We will not support. We will absolutely be there every step of the way.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Brent. I know we said we were going to keep it right at 30 minutes because I know you got a plane to catch. I would love to be able to take questions, but y'all, we are going to offer this call for several nights after this, 9 p.m. after, because a lot of us all have events throughout the week, and 9 p.m. Central Time is generally when we are done. So be looking for flyers, you guys. We're going to offer these the next few nights, or however many nights we need to offer, to be able to answer questions for our friends that are looking for a home and want them to feel right here at home in Partner Co. and want to know how we set ourselves apart. So thank y'all for being on. Any closing statement there, Brent or Andrea, that you would like to say?
Yeah, I just want to say, Michelle, you know, thanks for being willing. You and a lot of core people on here put this together tonight, and we will continue. And you know, it just shows leadership, stepping out. You know, so we're here to help in any way we can. You guys have a great night. God bless, and we're here if you need us for anything.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Thank you again, Brent. Safe travels, Brent and Andrea. They're on their way to Michigan. So love you guys. Let us know if anybody has any questions. We'll see you guys tomorrow night at 9 p.m. And a lot of you at 8 p.m.
Grateful
tonight.
for you.
Good night, everybody.